the late Wasiu, who was gunned down at the NDC regional office, and it's quite a solemn moment just before the burial. We have information from the family that the burial is set at 9 a.m. and so this is just some few hours, some few minutes to time, and so we are waiting as the family prepare. But you can see it's quite a very solemn moment, and relatives who are really angered and are saying only one thing: they want justice, and the justice they want, they do not want this treated as any political issue. There's no political issue in this. They see it as murder, and they want the IGP and other authorities to give them justice. As you can see in the background, quite a packed security setup. And outside, you see military officers and police officers trying to maintain law and order. And so it's a tight security situation here as the family prepare to go through this emotional moment and be able to bury their son today. But what the mother, who I spoke with a short while ago, was telling me is that they leave everything in the hands of Allah. They think that if it's not Allah's will, then the son wouldn't have died, and so they believe it's Allah's will. But again, they are sending a message across to this person who shot him that he should go ahead wherever he may run to. They leave him in the hands of Allah, and they know that definitely he's going to face justice, and that is what they are saying at the moment. And so the family is gathered here. They only have one message. They do not see this as politics. They see it as murder, and they want the authorities to expedite action and bring the perpetrators to book. And that is exactly what they are asking. Let me try to speak with the mom on Joy News at the moment and try to paraphrase what she says to us. Mami, yamao yako, kafra. Na ene sene nneɛma si akɔ kakra na sen na obeka kakra ben na apesa wo
me ni hwia me de memeka ya me kan se me de urade ase de ase no urade hyehyeye nyesa wo mu nu se mo beku wase wo ya me a ode mo wase ba me ono anaji na ade enti me ma the whole Ghana shedding Ghana ya hwere ade ye nyina ye shedding ya me ma ye nkwane ahonde Ghana for aka no nkwala no mebunu nyame mo wo mo ho bai na wonye aniboni mfiri wo mu so na wono so awodi sa adwuma no wonka hyenkodru de me waka no.
Quite a remarkable brief statement there, and he is rather placing all youth in the Zongos everywhere in the hands of Allah. He says that every child must be protected. He has nothing to say than to say that the person who did this should keep going and that he leaves him in the hands of Allah. And that's the message from the mother at the moment. But I have a senior brother to Wasiu, the man who was gunned down, the man in whose burial moment we are at the moment. What's your name, sir?
I'm Mohammed Tanku.
Mohammed, what do you have to say at this moment? I know you are grieving, and this is a very solemn moment for you.
Yeah, for now, like I said earlier, we have nothing to say. This is like it's an sadness for all Ghanaians, not only the family of Abdul Wasiu, but we need justice for Abdul Wasiu. We need justice from the. It is not about Part A, Part B, or Part C. We know the Constitution of Ghana. When you kill somebody, the law have to deal with you. So this is not between Abdul Wasiu, and this is not between the family of Abdul Wasiu and the Medra. This is the issue between the state and the president and the IGP and the regional police commander. So they have to deal with this issue. They have to deal with the issue, and they have to collect, they have to bring justice. They have to give our Abdul Wasiu his justice back to him. That's what we expect, and that's what we need from the president, the IGP, and the regional police commander. We need justice for Abdul Wasiu. We need justice for Abdul Wasiu, so that we cannot take the law into our hands. But if they didn't treat we people equally, if they take the issue as a political, we're going to take the issue. We're going to take this, we're going to take the law into our hands. Because the guy who shot Abdul Wasiu is a guy like me. As he hold a gun and shot my brother, I can also hold a gun and shot him back. So we need justice, and we need Ghana President and the Ghana IGP and the police, Ghana Commerce Police Regional Commander to take this case as a serious, and they take it as a serious issue. They should bring justice for Abdulwasu and Abdulwasu family. That's all what we are expecting. Try to prevent the revenge from the other people, the loved ones and the families. That's all what I can say, and that's all I have to say now.
Thank you very much. And that's the senior brother of Abdulwasu, who is being buried today. And the concern he's putting out is echoed by the entire family and those who loved Abdulwasu. They say that this is no politics, this is just murder, and they want the perpetrators to be brought to book. And so they are calling on the IGP, the president, all stakeholders in the security arena to come up and give them justice. And that's exactly what the family is echoing. A short while ago, you saw the casket being brought in there. And so in just a moment, we are going to see the body being flown over, and then we will follow it to the cemetery for the final rites in the Islamic custom to be done before burial. So as you can see over there, it's quite a packed area. Family members, well-wishers, those who loved Abdulwasu, they are all here to pay their last respects to him. And I have a father of Abdulwasu also here as well. And as you can see, they are also elders in the Zongo community, and they have lost a dear one at the moment. What can you say? Papa.
The American fan who say, me Asante region, me namya basa hini otufor na di mam, me na me sho basa apon so. Na aki wo ya me ba na nyame na di amam. Nyame energy akwara ne free ensam. Obi amfa nso ya obi so we na yese no. When yasa yade ama nyame. Die atuya no nyame na ma atuya. Wani na ma ye wani na ji ye. Me na basa hini di ama kan kire jama no. Me da sida di ama jama nyina yako amai.
And so he is speaking, and he says he's speaking as the chief of Basari, and that was bestowed on him by Otumfuo Santehene himself. And this is the message for the youth of this area. He's telling them nobody should take the law into his own hands. They believe that it is Allah who took the life of Wasiu. He is the family head. He's telling them that they've given it to God. They are expecting that God will give them justice. And so he doesn't want the youth to engage in any violent act. He's expecting that the right things should be done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and we wish you well. So at the moment, it's a tense environment here at Sewaba Junction. You can see the youth are quite tensed, and they blocked this particular end of Sewaba Junction. But the police have removed partially the blockade, allowing vehicles to pass through at the moment, and it's quite a tight security situation here. We are gathering information that this might go down with some little disturbance, and the security agencies are alert at the moment to quell any form of tension. So as you see, the imams and the opinion leaders are speaking to the youth, addressing them. Then they will commence the Islamic ritual, the prayers. And then the body will be brought out, and it will begin its journey to the Tafo cemetery, where burial will commence. So at the moment we are here at Sewaba Junction, and inside this area is also Abu Akrim, it's called. You can count quite a number of military personnel armed, and we also have members of the rapid force from the Central Police Headquarters in riot gear, also armed, patrolling the scene and trying to maintain law and order. So now prayers have begun. Prayers are begun towards the Islamic rituals. It's quite a solemn moment, and many who have gathered here have one thing in mind, and that is justice. And there are many here who feel that this should not be treated, though it happened in front of a political party's office. They do not want this to be treated politically. They want this to be treated as a crime, murder. And they want the perpetrators to be brought to book according to law. And they want all political hands off this matter. And that's the voice of the family. Now, prayers have been said. The boys, the youth in here, dispersing. They will bring out the body now, and the journey towards the cemetery will begin. We have 2 military pickups. One is the military Humvee, which is standing at the Sawaba junction here with about 6 armed military men in there. We do have another military pickup which is also parked in front of the family house. Now the journey begins to the Tafo cemetery, where burial will take place. So we see the police dispatch riders. We also see the youth, many of them crammed up in motorcycles, heading towards the funeral. And from what we gathered from the ground, there were people who told us not to film them. There are people who told us to keep our cameras away. It's quite a tense moment, and people are really aggrieved at the moment as we test the waters on the ground. And so this is the burial of Wasiu Abdul, who was gunned down at the NDC regional office at Amakum here in Kumasi. Police have invited some leading members of the NDC in the region. We can talk of the secretary, who is Yamin. They also have invited a former MC for Jiso, Yamua Ponko, and they've taken statements from them. Police are investigating, and at the moment are treating it as a purely criminal issue. The General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress himself, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, has said that this should be treated as a crime with no political attachment. So you can see the caskets in the hearse at the moment, and the mother and the family wailing behind the caskets. Quite a traumatizing moment for them at the moment. You see the sister to Wasiu sitting on the ground and wailing. And they say, per Islamic belief and tradition, they believe that Allah has taken the life of their relative, and they give all to Allah, but they expect that justice will prevail. Sister of the deceased sitting on the ground and wailing, and you can see the military pickups behind the casket, which is in that hearse at the moment, heading towards the Tafo cemetery, where burial will take place. So at the moment we are going down and following the crowd. Well, so they are now leaving the cemetery, and that bit of confusion here is stemming from some intelligence that we gather from our security sources that the people who went to the cemetery, some of the boys wanted to take the law into their own hands and visit some mayhem on some people along the Tafo road. That's the intelligence that we got. And currently the military men are blocking their entry into the Tafo area. And you know that the Tafo is a hotspot area. There's been some skirmishes in the past. So that is what generated some level of verbal exchanges. But the police and the military are here in their numbers, and they are maintaining law and order and peace right here. So they're asking them to move away from this entry into the Tafo area.
You understand? I have to talk. I want to talk.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about those who killed this boy. You understand? We know them. They are our friends.
Okay.
You understand? These boys, they are from the Hawks. We know 8 from the Hawks. I swear, my God.
You know them in person?
Yamin. Yamin.
So you know those people in person?
Yeah, personally. They are our friends. How we know the Wasiu dead, that is how we know them. They are in one area.
So the person who shot Wasiu, you know him?
He too, his name is Warriors. He shot him, and Taliban shot that boy, that my younger brother sit in the hospital. Adraman, he shot him in legs. 4 shots. That is what is moving. And we know them. Ekon is among. Sani Mohammed, the boy who goes to this thing, Ghana Strongest. And Jaru, the boy in Tafo. One boy in Tafo.
If you are asked by the police to come and identify them, you can do
very fast. Me, my father is king in Abu Abu. I'm a prince. These boys know me. I'm not a bad boy, you understand? So I can come and tell everything. Because the boy, what I'm going to do, I will come down. You understand? To hear what the commander said. If not the commander, we will take some survey, you understand? But now the commander have directed us. And Joseph Yamin, he have to come and clear himself because those boys, we know them. You understand? So that's all my talks.
Thank you very much.